Hello, and welcome to Sharing the Manual podcast, brought to you by You Insure, where we journey with you to finish well financially. This journey takes you to an intersection of life and money coaching. As we all know, how you live out your life in all areas has lasting effects on your money. Now, it has been said that emotionally connected men and women have better finances. My name is Amy Yu, and if you've seen my last name, you know why I've shortened it. And I will be your host. I am so glad that you've joined us on what is sure to be a memorable adventure. One where no topic is off limits. We understand that all areas of our lives are intertwined. We will talk money, emotions, even emotions around your money. Raising kids, which is sure to be a hoot, as they say the darndest things. Dating, relationships, marriage, grief in so many forms, whether it's a death, a divorce, an illness, or just your life not turning out how you thought it would. Because that, my friends, is very real, and I know that firsthand. We will tackle life's epic fails, celebrate the wins, overcome the obstacles, address the mountains and valleys in each other's lives. No rock will go unturned. This podcast is one of real, honest, genuine, humorous conversations where we share stories that are sure to inspire you, encourage, equip, and empower you to live out your best life. Our goal is to build connections, community of belonging, as you, my dear, are not the only one. We are journeying and navigating this life together, and I hope that you're ready to dive right in. Hello, everybody. Oh my goodness, this episode, I think I get excited for most of the episodes. Anyways, this one's going to be a gooder. We are debunking some of the myths about money. We're bringing light to real, honest, brave money confessions as well. I cannot tell you how blessed I truly am that I have had the opportunity to share space with remarkable individuals from all walks of life who let me into their emotions around money. We do this so you can feel informed and empowered that you are not alone in this big bad world of finances. There are a lot of things out there for you to consume, and hopefully you get what you need right here on Sharing the Manual podcast. My hope for you is that you will have the courage to open up in a whole new way when it comes to your money. You know it to be true that our emotions have tremendous power, both consciously and subconsciously, and it's time we take back that power. We are going to start today with myths. We have all heard lots of myths about money. You know, that perhaps you need to be rich to invest. This is false. You can invest as little as $50 a month the minute you turn 18. Open those accounts and every little bit counts. Get it going. Having started later in life, so many people believed it to be true that, oh goodness, I'm in my 50s. It's too late to start when it comes to investing for my retirement. You know what? When you know better, you do better. Better late than never. What money story, though, are you believing that has a grip on you and that is causing you to still believe that lie? Let's break that down. Reach out to me. I'll help you. The next one drives me nuts. Timing the market is how you make money. Buy low and sell high. Now, this approach is a gamble. Experts have been trying to time the market for years, and even they get it wrong at times. So be realistic with when you're self-investing. Do you have the knowledge to do it? Should you be trusting the experts to do it? And the reality of it is you can't time the market. Have any of you heard this one? And leveraging, in other words, borrowing money to invest. Word on the street is that you will always be on top. Wrong, 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 wrong. This is a very risky tactic unless you know what you're doing. Don't put yourself at risk unless you are okay with losing the money, because you still owe it back. It's not yours to lose, and you will, like I said, have to pay that back. So I strongly deter people away from that. The next one tends to be young adults or older generations, that you keep your money in a savings to grow. Here are some facts. Your average savings account is less than 1% return, and inflation is on average 2 to 3, unless you're in a pandemic, which we have now seen. That puts you backwards. So invest money in your savings account. You need to put it in a better vehicle, one that matches the risk tolerance and one that's going to allow for your money to work for you. It's worth noting that if you are scared to lose money in the market, there are options out there to have guarantees built into your portfolio. All you need to do is ask. Go ahead, ask me, send me a message, text, email, what have you. We can talk about that for sure. Crap, this next one I have fallen into. And if I'm honest, I like more than once. Myth number 6, spend your tax refund. Okay, how many of us listening today have spent their tax refund over and over and over again? Yeah, like my hand is going up. The goal should be to earn more and save more. Use your tax refund for your lifestyle is a dangerous game to play, because when you make more money, you can spend more. And if you don't have an emergency fund already established, this is a great option to use your tax refund to build that up. Put it into an investment that is liquidable just in case. Think long-term savings and protect yourself from the unexpected. We all have heard this one and likely even did it. Financing and leasing a vehicle is the way to go. Let's call it what it is. A new vehicle is a depreciating asset. You drive it off the lot and you are hit with a huge decrease in value. I laugh about my Jeep because it was totally my emotional purchase, and driving it off the lot instantly, it dropped how much. It was crazy, but I still loved it. And we really need to be aware, though, that we're doing the math prior to buying a vehicle. When you say yes to something, it means you're saying no to something later. Do you want that commitment for the next 5-10 years? Pay attention to the actual cost of the vehicle. Calculate the interest throughout your term commitment so that you can make that informed decision as to if it makes sense or not. So many of us forget to ask, okay, well, what's my interest rate on this? And let's figure that out, what I'm going to be paying in interest over the 5 years. It's quite shocking. So really be aware of that. Heads up, everyone, avoid the dealerships that take your current vehicle debt and put it on a new purchase. This is wrong on so many levels. And oh my goodness, I've seen this time and time again when I was working home in auto insurance. And it drives me nuts because you don't even get this drives me nuts. I've seen it, so many people be burned by this, both financially and when it comes to an insurance claim. So caution, if you have a dealership that is saying, hey, you can take your debt and put this on something new, go to a different dealership. I strongly encourage that. Debt is not a tool. Society pushes it upon us at such a young age, and we normalize it. Car loans, student loans, consumer debt. Gotta love even brick cards or the Bay credit card. It is better to live below your means and pay cash for things you want. Don't get caught in the hustle of purchasing, because then you'll be stuck in the hustle that you have to work more. Many people through my interviewing called these the golden handcuffs. This one may challenge some of you. I like challenge. So we conquer large debt first. This isn't always the case. You need to review your debt and your interest rates on each. You want to tackle your highest interest debt first, but there is always something said to hammer out the small debt so it can be a quick win and keep the momentum going. This gives you a sense of progress and keeps you motivated. So really have an advisor or a money coach that's helping you to determine which ones you should go after first, ensuring that you're gonna to stay the course and stay motivated. Another big myth is a stay-at-home parent doesn't need life insurance. Now, of course, this one boils my blood. And I remember having this discussion with my late husband. Cost to replace me, he would need a cook, a cleaner, a chauffeur, a grocery shopper, a full-time nanny, la, 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 and I can go on and on. And he would laugh. And the next thing you knew, I had $1 million policy on myself because, dang, if I was gone, he'd be screwed, okay? Now, if only I had that policy on him. Hindsight's always 20/20. Oh, so you guys pay attention, get somebody to do a needs analysis on your insurance for both the stay-at-home mom, if it's a stay-at-home mom, both partners, even talk about the kids. What does that look like? The next myth that can be so contradicting, stay away from credit card debt. Now, credit cards are the gateway to increase debt, but it is also has a plus side of building your credit score. Having a good credit score helps you to purchase your first home. And this is where people need to understand credit cards. There is a right and a wrong way to manage the credit card. Credit cards also give perks such as points, cash back incentives. You need to use them accordingly. Pay attention on how many of you have and why you have them. I like to hold 2 credit cards, and neither one I hold a balance on. I pay them off every single month. But that's the key, is to pay it off every month. Have one with a smaller limit and then one with a bigger limit in case of an emergency. But this is why I have 2, is because if one card doesn't work, I have another card in case. And thank goodness, because once I was traveling and I needed it to work when I was out of the province. So it's good in that sense, but be aware, know how you're using the credit card. I use my main one to make all my purchases for the month because I like to collect the points, and that way I can travel for free over time. Using a credit card correctly has a way of helping you in your credit score and giving you other incentives as well. But a little reminder is to make sure you have a credit card in your own name. You need to build up your own credit score. Being a joint holder doesn't count for your score. I learned that the hard way. So there's my, do what I didn't do. Okay, this one, great. Are you ready, my listeners? It's on sale, or buy one, get one, or buy 3 for $10. This gets people all the time. If you don't need the extra, then it's not worth it. So often, this is a consumer trap. My kids always say this to me on Fridays, because Fridays is our grocery day. Mom, it's 3 for $10. Now, if it's red and white chips,
then yes, we need 3 bags. Anything else, we don't. That is my weakness, Old Dutch nacho chips. I tell the kids when we are at the field to watch the price though. The item was 3 for $10 and we only perhaps got one. Sure enough, it rang in at that $3.33 when scanned. The kids were shocked that we still got the sale price and didn't even need to buy the 3, bags, what have you, whatever it would have been. This is a great teachable moment that things are not always as they seem, and we need to be wise, and we need to teach our kids that, hey, look, watch how things are rung in. Make sure the price is reflecting what the price you originally were going to pay for it. You don't need to buy 3 if it says buy 3 for 10. Some grocery stores honor that and still give you the sale price. Do the math and pay attention and only buy what you need. I remember when I was younger hearing these words from my folks, working harder means more money. Who else can relate to that one? Yet again, that is false. I love demonstrating to my kids that working smarter pays greater dividends. Hustling is overrated. Building out margin in all areas of our lives is so important. Know your worth and charge accordingly. And as I say that, I know so many women, including myself, that we can get hung up on a saboteur that visits us over this very topic of our worth. And we really need to be intentional about breaking that down and canceling that out and living our truest, best version of ourselves. Now, right now, I have my house for sale, and everyone keeps asking me, where would you go? And I can't exactly answer that. My goal has always been mountains and water. Time will tell. I casually say that I'm not worried as I'll find a place to rent. This is the next thing that many of you have probably experienced, and it's a myth about buying is better than renting. Renting has always had a stigma about it in that you're throwing your money away or you're paying someone else's mortgage instead of building your equity. This is important to remember that owning a house also means less flexibility, insurance costs, repairs, taxes, and more. Now, I have moved lots, and something that I have learned through experience is that if you don't intend to stay at a house or a location for more than 3 to 5 years, it doesn't make sense to buy. Do what is best for you and don't listen to others' opinions about renting or buying. It is your job. I love what Glennon Doyle says. It is your job to disappoint as many other people as you possibly can, as long as you don't disappoint yourself. Same is true for when it comes to buying and renting. Stay true to you. So now we are nearing the end of our money myth. We have 3 more to go. Salary positions pay better than hourly. Another great misconception. It all depends on the number of hours that you're working. Be sure to do the math. Before taking on a position, do the research, get the job description, set clear expectations on what a work week looks like. This is a good one. Your cost of living will be lower in retirement. This is not always true. Typically, costs of groceries, insurance, utilities increase over years with inflation. I advise couples to really work through our worksheet, Shedding Light on Retirement. It has a lot of questions for you and your partner to get a feel for what the reality of retirement really is. Send me an email if you'd like me to send it your way. I have it handy. Last but not least, I don't need disability insurance. So many of us think we are invincible and that nothing will happen to us. But the truth is 1 in 3 people in their 20s will become disabled before they retire. The stats out there, 500,000 Canadians per week are off of work, 30% of which are mental health related disability claims. Were you even aware that disability policies can cover? Really, do your research, get the right plan in place. Be informed. Okay, now, ready? Let's talk about money confessions. I did my research, guys, and I interviewed many men and women to get an idea to some of the shame, guilt, embarrassment of people's financial decisions. And trust me, I know I've got my own. And then I also Googled money confessions, and it made me laugh. Here is what I found when I Googled it. I still go to my dad for financial advice. That's still common. I make way more than my parents. Seems to be common. I paid off my fiance's debt. Interesting. I'm the poorest of my friends. Now, when I read those 4, I was kind of like, wow. And I say wow because the people that I interviewed, for getting real and honest and sharing some of theirs, they took it up a whole new level. Their honesty and bravery is admirable. Pay attention, y'all. Mark these down how many you can relate to. Get your pen and your paper ready. I am honestly just going to hammer through these, and like I said, my heart goes out to these people that were so brave and courageous to share this. And I know myself, I can honestly check off a whole bunch of these that I've done them and feel them and the weight of them. So I'm a constant overdrafter. I secretly stash money away in a personal account in case my partner leaves. I feel as though I have to buy forgiveness from my partner. I'm only staying married as I can't afford to leave. I need this lifestyle. I tell my partner to rein in their spending, but I don't. Thinking about money keeps me up at night. I hide the stress from my family. I always pay for dinner and drinks when going out with friends. I want them to like me and think I'm doing well. Okay, are you guys keeping track of the ones so far? We're going to keep going. I don't want to be at home, so I work like a dog, and I like the extra recognition and money. I make the money, therefore I have more value. I want the kids to choose me, so I use money as a tool and buy them things. I have opened up a store credit card without my partner knowing, so I can buy things. I tell people we are fine when we are in financial trouble. I've had to declare bankruptcy because I chose not to rein in my spending. When I buy something on sale, I justify buying something for me as I would have spent that money anyways. I hope that you guys are really recognizing that some of these within yourself. Self-reflection is a beautiful thing because it brings awareness, and when we are aware, we can make some changes. So there's still more coming, so keep tallying. I allude to having money to keep my friend group. I want to date that person, so I have given the illusion of money. I get irritated and jealous when my friends and my family are doing well financially. I borrow money from my parents without my partner knowing. I hide my Amazon orders when they come in. I admire the courage that it took everyone to share with me. I know that I can relate to so many of those for sure. I used to hold a lot of shame and embarrassment and judgment towards myself for using money in very unhealthy ways. And I still do have to work through some of that. Throughout my journey, I have really learned that so much of our spending is driven from within. When we are unhealthy on the inside, it will reflect on the outside. This is why we are bringing awareness through this podcast. So you, my dear ones, are not alone navigating the strain of finances. So the myths and the confessions is a way of getting you guys to reflect back on, wait a second, what have you been believing and what have you been living out and feeling? So much of this comes from our very own money stories and the lenses in which we do life. I've talked about this before in another podcast of how we wear filters, and those filters distort the truth. It leads you astray, and it's time to reach financial wholeness. But the only way to do that is to speak out on the shame and the guilt, fear, the worries, the embarrassment about money to a safe person who can help dismantle and rewire your patterns so that you have control of your finances. And your finances are not controlling you. So we need to get back in the driver's seat so we can kick ass with our money. Reach out for more. We do have a 10-week intensive financial healing workbook, and it really just goes through and allows you to have that self-reflection and dismantle and rewire your neurological pathways so that way you do have a wholeness when it comes to your money. You can see your patterns, you can take your ownership. It does take great bravery and courage. And like I said, I'm so grateful for everyone that I've interviewed for sharing that with me. I hope you guys found this very insightful. I hope you were able to tally up some things that perhaps you're struggling with yourself. Reach out to me if you'd like some more tips and tricks on how to dismantle those patterns or really break away that fear that you have for those things that you're doing and why are you doing them. Let's get to the underlying root of why you're actually doing it. And I only bring this up, guys, because I have done it. I have done it for a long time. I used money as a tool in a lot of different ways that were unhealthy. And if I can break my patterns, so can you. So reach out, stay tuned. Thanks for tuning in. We'll chat soon, guys.
We hope that you guys found this insightful. We encourage you to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on the new releases that are coming soon. Follow us on social media. Our platforms are LinkedIn and Instagram. Head over to the website and let us know if you wish to share your story, either on the podcast or even in a blog. Our website is youinsureinc.ca, youinsureinc.ca. We too have newsletters as we give you our very own family recipes paired with tips and tricks so you can finish well too. Bye for now.